Today, can the two of us, joined by 3 others, cover 5 games, each taking 10 minutes, within 15 minutes and still be 4-star quality?
Or will our math get us lost in the shuffle?
Today, we are going to be examining 5 board games that you can play in 10 minutes. And it's not just us. We are joined by Paula, Grant, and Matthew, who each also have a selection, which they're going to share, and we will judge.
Fantastic. The whole gang's here, and the bearded ones get a judge.
I can't decide which one to go to first. Do we do Matthew? Do we start with Grant? Or should we start with Paula?
Ooh, I don't want to show any sort of favoritism in that regard. I actually do have an ancient board game artifact that is designed to resolve issues just like this.
Okay.
This thing is perfectly designed. It's like the first computer, really, if you think about it. You want to check it out?
I think you have the solution to my problem.
Okay.
Bring it out.
Okay. We're in luck.
Oh boy, does it need batteries?
No.
Oh, a sundial.
Close. This is what our ancestors, this is how they had randomness input in their games.
I see. So
It's a spinner.
the spinner. So this is the spinner from your Star Wars game that you shared last time we had an episode like this.
Yeah, yes, it is. This is the thing I've spent 20 years developing my strategy for, and then the technology just went away. And so it's with my 8 tracks.
And I think it's wonderful that the Kenner thought ahead, and they actually give his spinner with actually only 1, 2, or 3 as the possible outcomes. Kenner, you thought of everything.
Yeah.
We'll just go in alphabetical order. We'll go Grant, Matthew, Paula as 1, 2, 3. So let's, here, you know what, I'll hold it up. You spin the spinner and we'll call the shot. What do we got?
We got a 2.
We got a 2. Okay, so that is going to be Matthew. Let's turn to Matthew to find out his first recommendation for a game that you can play in 10 minutes. That almost took 10 minutes.
Oh, for me, this has to be Santorini. Now, I know this is the new edition. I know Santorini's an older game. It's like 10 years old. But I just didn't get on the Santorini train the first time round. And I'm fully on. I'm locked and loaded. I'm shoveling coal on the train. I'm the conductor of the train. I'm collecting tickets. I'm going down the thing. I'm throwing people off that haven't paid for tickets. I'm saying, I don't care if you're going to Land's End. Get out. That's me on the Santorini train. Look, I have a lot of time on my hands. These are the things. Santorini's fantastic. It's an abstract strategy game, but it's the most replayable abstract strategy game out there. If you like the game to begin with. You're trying to get one of your characters onto the top story of a 3-story building to claim to be the king of the castle. On your turn, you move and then build. In that order, very specifically and deviously. But what makes this beautiful is there are god powers. Everyone has an asymmetrical power that breaks the game. And everyone's power is better than everyone else's power. You're doing something crazy and everyone else is thinking, how is that fair? And it's great. I love powers that make you feel like that. It's a 2-player. You can play it more than 2-player. It's a 2-player game. Let's be real. But the different god powers make for completely different games. And one game of this can be played in 10 minutes for sure. You could teach it and play it in 10 minutes to someone, you know? Don't get me wrong, there are cases where I've played games of Santorini and it's lasted a fair old long time because everyone's playing to the best. You're playing to the best of your ability. You're trying to block people off. This went from a game I was like, oh, Santorini. It went to a game like that to a game that's in my top 10 probably of all time. I don't know. There's about 50 games in my top 10 of all time. But this, it's phenomenal. And there's like these god packs you can buy to add new game modes and more gods and loads of stuff. And there's a Riddle of the Sphinx expansion, which makes it into a cooperative campaign game. There's so much to explore with Santorini if you like it. But is there any better game that can just be set up and played in 10 minutes? I don't think the other people have said anything better. I doubt it.
Have you played Santorini?
I have not, actually. I have not.
Well, you know what? You probably will by the end of the day because I not only have a copy of this game, which I adore this game.
Fantastic.
They came out with a New York themed version of it. And just like New York, New York, it's a game so nice, I got it twice.
Nice.
He's right. What's neat about Santorini is you can, based on how you approach it, play it in 10 minutes, or you can sit there and think about it and play for longer than that if you really want to get into it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I appreciate a game like that. It has that depth where it's like you can stay in the shallow end of the pool, or you can go all the way
Yeah.
the deep dive.
Not all the way deep, maybe the middle. There are special power cards that you can add to the game and a couple other little expansions to it. So you can kind of make it what you want it to be.
Interesting. Okay, I like that. I like that.
Also interesting, what your pick's going to be. I'm interested to find out. Tell me all about it.
Well, let's see. If I was stuck in a place, which I usually am in a place.
Yeah, you do. Almost always.
Almost always.
Mm-hmm.
Almost always.
The relevant question then.
Yeah. It's like we're all in space. For me, it was kind of one of the speed runs we did. Ironically, I learned that you can play Patchwork in under 10 minutes. Much like Matthew said about Santorini, it's like you can take your time and really...
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Or you can just go at it pretty quick.
You definitely can bang out a game of Patchwork as we demonstrated.
Proof that it happened. Scientific proof that it happened.
We have provided scientific data towards that evaluation.
Agreed. And I would even go so far as to say you could extrapolate that little experiment we did to say that all the other versions of Patchwork you could play in 10 minutes. The Christmas theme, the chocolate theme.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
No, I think that's true. I think that's a fair assessment. You could take it as a casual game, or you can actually, it does have the depth to get into and really think about it.
Yeah. Stretch it out to maybe 20 minutes.
Sure. Not 21.
Not 21. No, that's too long. We're so predisposed to rounding up to our number of digits.
Mm-hmm. That is weird. Speaking of digits, why don't we randomly spin another digit to see who we go to next, Paula or Grant?
Who's number 3?
That's going to be Paula.
Paula.
All right, Paula, you're up.
So I'm having a hard time choosing. I think it's between either Can't Stop or Strike. Both games involve dice rolling, which is okay because they're so short that if you get out early or you have really bad dice luck, like you're not sat in that moment for very long because give it like 5 more minutes, the game will be over and you can play again and be involved again. They both also have a heavy push your luck factor with rolling and kind of until you bust, which I think is pretty exciting and fun, especially for such a quick, short game. So with Can't Stop, you are rolling dice to try and move up tracks on a chart. So you roll 2 dice, and the results of those dice you can either take separately or combined, and use that to place a little marker on the track that matches the value of what you rolled. And you only have 3 markers you can place each turn. So you keep moving up the tracks while you keep rolling values that match where your markers are that turn. But if you ever roll and all 3 of your markers are out and the dice values don't match any of the tracks that you've got markers on, you bust and you lose all your progress from that turn. So you might want to go, hey, I have all 3 markers out. I've made some good progress. I don't want to risk losing it. I'm going to choose to stop, and then you can lock in where you are on the track. And then with Strike, you're rolling dice one at a time, trying to get matching numbers in this bowl or arena, and then you're pulling out the dice that have matching numbers because you want to have the most dice. And as soon as you run out of dice, you're out. Both dice rolling, quick games, lots of luck, lots of gambling on your success, and both are really, really fun and create really big dramatic moments in such a short amount of time. So those are the 2. I choose them both.
Ah, yes, Strike. Also known as Strisk Light.
Guaranteed to not strike out.
They should put that right on the box.
Right?
Ooh, they don't though.
Why doesn't anybody ever talk to me about subtitles for board games? I don't understand.
We're aware that you don't understand.
That's...
But what about you?
Actually, I played Can't Stop more. And I agree with Paula. I think it's a great one. I really enjoy Can't Stop because it does have that wonderful push your luck. Mm-hmm. It's very easy to, set up and teach. People are going in a minute,
Yeah, that's true.
And it just gives everyone that sensation of like, can I, boom.
I might have to go and actually invest in 1 to 6 copies of Can't Stop. Well, my 10-minute selection is made up of only like 5, 6 cards. And this is the game, Are You a Banana? That has the cards that say, I am not a banana, equal to the number of players minus 1. Because one of the cards will say, I am a banana. And you will take those and you'll shuffle them up and you'll deal them out to everybody secretly. And you'll look at what your role is, whether or not you are a banana. Then you just go around and ask people, are you a banana? And they either say yes or they lie and say no. You'll get to a point where everybody stops and decides who is the banana. And the first person to correctly guess who is the banana wins that round, and you shuffle up and you do it again all night until you start generating these meta cross-back references to previous games and stuff. And the game, that's where the game really shines. You just build and build on the entire gaming session, and it just becomes this ridiculous, just in-joke filled experience.
Okay, wonderful. Sounds like you're going bananas.
After a while, you certainly are. Speaking of going bananas, we should turn to our last pick, which I believe is from Grant. Not saying that Grant's going bananas.
Yes,
but
do you want to spin for Grant?
I think we have to
fill up like 20 minutes of content just trying to get Grant's number.
Well, now we have to try. So 2.
No, we need a 1.
There we go.
See?
The system works.
Ta-da!
But
And that is how you win Star Wars, the original game.
that is the level of strategy that you need to employ.
Told you. Spin right.
Let's spin right into Grant's selection. I did it.
Well, I'm going to recommend the game Kiri-Eye the Duel. And as you can see, this is a small box game. And even this packaging is kind of unnecessary. You can take it out of this and then it's just this wrap, this cloth wrap for the game. So it's an even smaller box game. It's a great game to put in your purse or your pocket or a wall. You know, you could even kind of almost fit it in a wallet or something like that. You know, you'd have back problems from a thick wallet. But still, you know, you could do it. This game plays in about 5 to 10 minutes, but it is a game that I find addicting, so I want to play it multiple times in a row. It's like, ooh, let's do like a best out of 5 or something like that. It is a 2-player only card game where you are playing as samurais on a battlefield trying to strike your opponent. And you are playing cards in front of you to move back and forth on the battlefield and also other cards to strike your opponent. You have to be in the right range and be in the right battle stance. You could be in a low stance, you could be in a high stance. You have to be in the right combination of those things to strike your opponent. So the game is all about reading your opponent and anticipating where they're going to move, what they're going to do, so you can out-clever them and block them or get to the right position to strike them. And so it's just this really intriguing push and pull as you move back and forth on the battlefield. And I love it. There's, you know, it has a surprising amount of thinkiness for a 10-minute or less game. You know, it's just, it's full of intrigue, and I love games, I love player interaction, so I love games that have that element of like, I'm not only thinking about what I want, I'm also thinking about what you're gonna do, and I'm going to be more clever than you. I'm gonna outthink you and outsmart you, and then when I strike you, I feel really good about myself. But, you know, only because it's a game. Don't strike people in real life.
This one I had not heard of yet. How about you?
I had not heard of it either, but I am intrigued.
I am as well. Wonder how many copies of it I'll end up getting.
Well, luckily it's small, so you have plenty of room. I see little gaps in your shelves where I think you could shove a lot of copies of that.
That's the approach I'm up to taking. That's true. Yeah, I've been racking my brains trying to think of a game that was analogous to it, another game that's similar to it. And the closest I could come up with was that Yomi kind of Street Fighter-y game where you are playing this kind of a rock, paper, scissors kind of mechanism to that one, I think, where you have to kind of be in the right stance and the right blocks and everything. Right. But this seemed much simpler and much smaller because Yomi is like this box, like yay big with all the characters.
Yeah. That almost looked like an 18-card game.
Definitely less than $1 million.
Yes. No, I want to look that up and learn more about it, or maybe have Grant play it with us sometime.
There we go. There's balance in the universe. So the problem will solve itself. Okay, Grant, next time that you're in town, you need to come teach us how to play that game. And while I'm in the mode of telling people what to do, how about I tell you to thank yourself for watching this video and subscribe if you want to, and join us for our next episode in the future, whenever that will be. Perhaps now? No, not yet, but soon. And when we do have that time, we'll see you then.